Welcome back to more Mushoku Tensei. Links in the description for the past videos. It is finally time for Eris's 10th birthday party. The ballroom is full of rich nobles in fancy clothes. Rudy finds his way over to the most important part of the party. Tables line the walls with food from all over the region. As he's indulging himself, the star of the party comes in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today my granddaughter Eris is 10 years old. I have prepared delicacies from every corner of the Azura Kingdom. Enjoy yourselves thoroughly. Can she stand it? She won't punch them, will she? Master Rudius. Oh, Miss Edna, nice to see you. Do you think Lady Eris will be alright? I just hope the party ends without an incident. Now, let's begin today's main event. If you want my favor, take my granddaughter's hand. A young boy steps forward and extends his hand. Eris takes it as the band starts to play. The beginning is smooth, but it doesn't take long until Eris is off track. A misstep and shins collide, causing both to fall. Whispers start to swell up. I see the girls as stupid as ever. She can't even do such a simple dance? Pathetic. Nobles being assholes? Color me surprised. I'm gonna be real honest here. I cannot bring myself to care about this party. Snobby rich people sound annoying. Rocks can dance better than I can. And there's kids there. Ugh. Besides for the wine, I can't really connect to anything that's happening right now. But this is still a very important event, mainly because of what's about to happen. Before the whispers can grow even louder, Rudy steps forward as the next dance partner. Even though he had been her dance partner up until now, she is still nervous after the fall and continues to make mistakes. Rudy comes up with a plan. Eris, close your eyes. I'll cast a charm to make you a good dancer. When I give a signal, step as if you're dodging an attack. She closes her eyes and follows his instructions. Suddenly, the two are in sync. The rest of the dance is flawless. Even Soros gets in on the celebration. I talked about this in the last video. In the light novel, he does this trick well before the party. And in the anime, he starts to do this trick while they're dancing in front of everybody. In fact, this whole part is pretty boring in the light novel. Rudy is her first dance partner, and they dance, and it's fine. Not perfect, because she's still nervous, but she gets over it pretty quick, and the dance goes fine. And after that, she dances with other people. We learned to deal with feints in sword training. It wasn't that Eris couldn't get the rhythm, her steps were just too quick. So when she delayed her timing as though to avoid falling for a feint, it was perfect. Oh, I feel like I've had a revelation. See, Rudius is amazing. You were able to do it because you work so hard in practice. I don't really care about the party, but this part is important. To me, this is the real turning point for Rudy. Eris gave hints before about being okay with him, but here she just outright says that he's great. And that change in attitude is huge. Lord Rudius, how old are you? What are your hobbies? Rudius, I'd rather you didn't stand out so much. Still, this is a special day, so I'll allow it. If you take one to bed, don't get her pregnant. After hearing this, Eris smacks him and drags him away. A reminder that Rudy is 8. Philip in the light novel is more tame, I guess is the word I'm looking for. He says, don't be like Paul and sleep with a bunch of girls. Which is actually the opposite advice than what he gives in the anime. Also in the light novel, he actually dances with all of them instead of having this conversation. Soros accidentally, or maybe on purpose, who knows, he let slip that Rudy is a gray rat, and now they're all trying to butter up to him. It's probably what happened in the anime too, but it's far less clear on that. And after Rudy dances with all of the girls, he has one final dance with Eris, and it's a much faster dance, and this is where everybody claps like they do in the anime. After the party, Rudy invites Eris and Ghislaine to his room for the after party. He snuck out some food, some of the good food from the party so that Ghislaine could try some, because she couldn't really try any while she was on guard duty. We do learn that the drinking age is 15, which, duh. I mean, that's when they consider you an adult, so it kind of makes sense. And they don't really care about that right now. I mean, it's a special occasion. Rudy ends up breaking out the wine for them to drink. Here you are. According to my master, magic teachers give their students wands. It's a little late, but please take them. I'd rather have one of those. I accept it gratefully, Master Rudius. So you'd rather have one of those, Eris? I want a wand too. Thank you very much. You're very welcome. Use it well. I don't remember these wands ever showing up again. But I guess I'll be on the lookout for them from now on. Ghislaine then asked if having a wand makes her a mage. And I'm just imagining her, a sword king, outside waving her wand around, pretending to be a great mage. That's not in either version, but it's my headcanon now. What? I think she expects a present. This ring is a talisman passed down by my people. It said that evil wolves won't attack you at night when you wear it. I'll treasure it. In the light novel, Ghislaine says that giving gifts is not her people's custom. Or maybe she means giving birthday gifts. I don't know. Either way, Rudy has to give a hint on a spur-of-the-moment birthday gift. She looks happier than she did for my present. Well, I guess she is a girl. How do you know it was a superstition? Oh, I had trouble sleeping one night. Paul invited me to go for a swim and... Nah, actually, never mind. Rudy wakes up the next morning and sees Eris asleep next to him. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Time for a bit of teasing. While reaching towards her, he sees the gift in her hand and changes his mind. I guess that ring does work. Congrats on the self-control there. It's still early, but he decides to go for a walk. And in the light novel, he says that if she wakes up and finds him staring at her, she'll probably end up punching him. And he's probably not wrong. While out, he sees a tower that's been off limits to him. Considering the party yesterday and it still being early, he decides to check it out while he can. Stairs line the inner wall all the way up. As he gets closer to the top, he starts to hear what sounds like a cat in heat. It's a bit early in the morning for this, isn't it? He gets to the top and tries to peek around the corner. Whoa, Rudius. The maid pulls up her clothes and runs off. My apologies, Lord Saros. I see I interrupted you. No matter. Look at that, Rudius. He seems different. Post-nut clarity? Rudy looks out the window to see... something. What's that? I don't know, but it's nothing to be worried about. Why do you think so, my lord? Because it's better that way. Ah, I see. I'll say a prayer. May girls rain from the sky. Come on. That's so on the nose. That'll be explained later. Like 3 or 4 arcs from now later. It is a little funnier in the light novel. When Rudy first gets to the top, Soros says that he was praying to the gem thing in the sky while fucking his maid. Then Rudy says that he will pray to the gem too. And it's not stated anywhere, but I'm pretty sure I know what he meant. On a more serious note, we learned that Soros noticed that gem in the sky about 3 years ago, so it's been up there a while already. Rudy also asks him if he has a wife, and probably could have assumed this already since we haven't seen her, but she is dead. And this question pisses off Soros, but surprisingly he lets it go. We get a time skip for the anime, but the light novel has to make up for a few missing plot points. This is where Rudy starts to get books and learn all of the things that he did earlier in the anime. There is a lot of history here in the light novel. A lot. I'm not about to go over all of that right now. That's probably going to be better off just in a video on its own. But in the middle of learning history, Rudy finds out that other languages exist, so he starts to learn some of them. Again, the light novel has more info on the different languages, but I'm going to save that for my history video. The anime makes it seem like Rudy gets all of the language books from Philip's library, but the light novel says that he sells figurines and saves up money in order to buy more books. I don't think that it makes a big difference, but it's an interesting change. Rudy then gets the letter from Roxy, and it's mostly the same as the anime, except for it has a few extra details. Roxy apparently applied for the job that Rudy has now, but obviously she wasn't selected. Ghislaine is the fourth strongest sword god style user in the world, which would explain why she is so famous. The book that Roxy made has vocabulary for the demon language, grammar, etc., etc. And it also has descriptions of the different demon subraces. So Rudy's not only learning the language, he's also learning about the different customs. And I feel like that is going to be useful later. Maybe. I swear we'll get back to the story eventually. The light novel adds in Ghislaine's thoughts on everything that's been happening since Rudy got there. Back when Ghislaine was young, she was a lot like Eris, and that's part of the reason why they get along so well now, and part of the reason why she is trying so hard to learn everything. The anime will bring up her past later on, and I'll wait and talk more about it then. She thinks that Eris has the fighting potential to pass her someday, and right now Eris is putting in the work, so it's definitely possible. She thinks that Rudy is fucked. She thinks that he will be better off learning North God style, but she only knows Sword God style, so she can't really help him out all that much. She also notices that Eris started to give Rudy the same look that Zenith gave Paul. Eris was falling for Rudy, and Ghislaine was probably the only one to really notice. She thought that Rudy might not be Paul's kid because he was so polite and not focused on sex. And then he started learning Beast God. Ghislaine questions him on why he wants to learn Beast God, and Rudy says he wants to meet cute girls with cat ears. And at that point, she knew 100% that he was a great rat. Okay, I said we would eventually get back to the story. And by that I mean next time. This video will be a little bit short, but it's just a good place to stop. But we are finally done with the birthday party, and next time, we can have another birthday party. Anyway, that's it for now. See ya.